Hello, everybody. Daniel Medina, my home group, Live to Give team. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona this morning, and today I want to talk a little bit about new homes. Buying a new home specifically is a good fit for many people, and I want to talk about who that's a good fit for. I also want to talk about the concessions being given to buyers in this market 2023 January, and I also want to talk about registering your first visit with your client at the new home center. So, who is a good fit for a new home build? So, a new home build is basically, let's use Richmond American because that's the one that I just put into escrow. The Richmond American will go out, homes will go out and they buy land, and then they will create a master plan for the community. They will create models, then they will start to prepare the land and eventually create model homes which serves as offices. And in that office you have a new home representative whose job is to then sell the lots and homes in that community. So that is the basic premise for new builds. So if you're looking for a house in the next 30 to 60 days, you probably want to think resale because the timelines on building these can take longer. This one's going to be closing in September. So these MI buyers have the flexibility. They're coming from out of state. They have the flexibility in making that transition. So that's not a big issue for them. So that's helpful. Maybe I should let me see if I can stand up. Stand up, sit down, stand up. So the other is location. A lot of your new home communities are on the outskirts of the valley. Well, because that's where the land is, and that's where the affordable land is to purchase. You are starting to see a lot more of the of land within the city being. They're putting condos and multi-units in there. That's going to be a trend that's going to increase for a while. The whole we'll save that for another video, okay? But your new home builds with land, not condos or multi-units, are on the outskirts of the valley. The other one I put into escrow was in Goodyear, Estrella Mountain. This one was Buckeye. So you can see that the builders start to add to the valley on the outskirts of town. So if you work from home, this is great. As long as you have great internet service, Wi-Fi, you're able to work from home, and that's not an issue. If you're commuting to downtown, or if you live in Santan Valley and you're commuting to downtown every day, that's not a good fit. So you want, generally, especially with gas prices doing what they did this last year, is you want to be, if you're driving to work, you want to be fairly close to work or whatever is most important to you, your kid's school, your spouse, your ex-spouse's, shared custody plan, etc. So those are, if you have flexibility with timeline and you have flexibility with location, a new home build could be a perfect fit for you. Here's the other thing that you want to know about new builds, and a lot of people don't. The price of your new home is going to be the same regardless of whether you have agent representation or not. Let me say that again. The price of your new home is cost the same whether or not you have agent representation or not. So it always behooves you to have an agent fighting for you against the big builder. Now, most big builders want to maintain reputations, and they're doing the best to make sure that the client is happy, the customer is happy, the home buyer is happy. However, and anytime you have a little guy against a big guy, it always helps if the little guy has somebody in front of him helping that. Your agent is going to make sure that the process is done correctly. They're going to help you with the home inspection. Yes, your new build needs to be inspected, and they're going to represent you in this process. Now, here's what the new home builders generally say. They want you to visit their community for the first time with your agent and register with your agent. This is usually posted everywhere on the front door of the new home community. Okay? So go with your agent the first time, register. If there's a couple communities you're interested in, make an afternoon of it and hit all of them. But here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to go shopping. I had a young lady do this the other day. Have no shopping in a price range where she had no business shopping. Spent 2 hours with the new home rep and myself choosing colors and tiles and everything that we shouldn't even have been doing without a pre-qualification, and then completely disappeared. That's what you don't want to do. Okay? Go to the new home subdivision with your client, with your agent, register, and then you can go back as many times as you want and visit the models, look at the plot maps, look how the subdivision's coming together, learn about incentives. All of those other things can be doing after the initial visit. Now let's say I just had a client buy and she was in Hawaii. So what do? We registered her via FaceTime, and also her daughter came. So I went to Goodyear, the daughter met me there, and then we FaceTimed the mom in Hawaii. I've also done this on phone calls. Some communities will let you register your client with a phone call. So they're getting a little bit more lax. But what you don't want to do is on an afternoon, spare the moment, pop into a new home community and buy a home without your agent that's been showing you homes for the last X amount of weeks, driving you all over town. This happens. Trust me, if you're in the business long enough, this happens. So this little video is here to help you understand new homes, who's a good fit, how to have representation, and why it doesn't cost you even a dime extra to do so. Hope you are having a great New Year's, and I hope you have a blessed day. God bless. Let's have a great year. Let's go out and get some great homes this year and sell some awesome homes. Thanks so much. Daniel Medina. Link below.